What's good, world? Is Vinyl back again. So I literally just did the D column, and then I'm coming back right now to do the E and the F, because there's 4 records between the whole E and F column. So I'm just going to quickly go through it, because I think, why not smash out another one? There's quite a few in G, so I'm going to do G, a separate video, and then we're going to go on from there. So let's get on with this. Let's smash out another video. So we got our Sweatshirt, I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside. I love that it's got a different cover than obviously all the Screaming ones do for the vinyl. It is just on black, but I will show you the sleeve, because the sleeve is sick. It's got all these like old religious type images on it. This album got me through college, man. This was one of those albums that I was going through some stuff like anxiety and all that kind of shit people do when you're about, I don't know, 18, all these kind of things. And that album was like, oh, there's someone else that feels this way, and it really helped me, which I know is a bit silly, but this album got me through a lot at a stage. I mean, I think our Sweatshirt's like that for a lot of people. It's like a cool guy going through stuff that you're going through, and it makes you feel a bit better about it. And the way he articulates is very sort of interesting and unique, and he goes very open about things, but also it's still a sick rapper with some sick features. It's got Wiki on it, and the beats are crazy, like melancholic. I love that album. I don't listen to it enough. I listened to it the other day actually, just to sort of like get back into it, because I neglect Earl a little bit. Now that I'm not in such a bad way, our Sweatshirt doesn't come into it as much anymore, but I still love his music, and his pen game is very underrated. Out of all of Odd Future, he's probably got the best pen game to come out of it. Talking about some rap songs, probably my favourite Earl Sweatshirt album. It's very unique, probably his most experimental. Again, it's all over the shop when it comes to sort of the mental health. I think when you talk about I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside, that's very straightforward and direct, whereas some rap songs is like almost him showcasing his mental state without saying it. He does talk a lot about mental health on it still, but it's kind of him just like, it's a musical representation of going through it rather than a lyrical representation. So this is I think this is a poem from his dad on the sleeve. Yeah, and I think that's referenced in one of the songs as well. I haven't listened to this album in a long time either. It's going to be on my to listen list, so after this video I might chuck this on as well. I've got a bit of a to listen list at the moment. Like I said in the previous video, these videos are helping me go through and appreciate the records I have. So some rap songs by Earl Sweatshirt, crazy. I would say if you haven't heard Earl before, listen to I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside, and then listen to some rap songs after, and that's kind of like a good way to get into him. Some rap songs is probably a bit much for a first listen. Unless you love experimental music, go straight to that. It's not the most experimental album in the world, but it is still unique in its approach. So we're going to go on to the Fs, because there's only 2 E's and there's only 2 Fs. And this F's a bit naughty because I don't even own it. Technically, this is my dad's album that I borrowed off him just to listen to it. So it's Endless by Frank Ocean with a holographic sleeve on the back as well. It's still in the saran wrap stuff, but I think, yeah, so the records, I can open them up. It's a black record, but on this side of it, it's got like an etching. So look at that. It's like a nice cool etching of like, I don't even know, but it's sick. I love etched records like that, and I love the detail in the Frank Ocean record here. I rate it so much because he's one of those artists that piss me off because he does so much limited shit, and I ain't always looking for limited stuff. I want everyone to be able to enjoy music, but at least when he does it, it's a nice package and you can really appreciate it. Let's try and get this one as well. I think it was that angle. There we go. So that Endless there. I think it's hard. I can't tell you to listen to this album unless you have the vinyl, really, because I don't think it's available anywhere else as far as I'm aware. Maybe online, just by on YouTube and stuff. Really sick little album that he did, where the whole story is he did this album to get off of his record label so he could release his album Blonde. But this is not something that, like, this isn't an album that's just a throwaway shit album. It's beautiful. There's like an amazing Aaliyah cover on there. There's a Sampha feature. It's really beautiful, and especially on vinyl. I listen to it all the time. That's why I said I stole it off my dad, because I just chuck it on. It's so nice. The atmosphere on it is beautiful. I can't, you know, it's hard to describe without listening to it, because I haven't made notes. I'll just do these raw. But I think if you can find it, definitely give it a go. It's more of like a laid back take on an album than obviously Blonde and Channel Orange are, where they're more sort of like structured like a normal album. Where Blonde, like I was just talking about, this is an official pressing. This is the one I got from, he did a restock last year. I think he's even done a restock today, so if you really want one, have a look on his site. I like the Black Friday one more, but I ain't got 400 quid to spend on a record, you get me? So look at that on the gatefold. I love that cover of him with the helmet on. I'm sure most people have heard Blonde by now, so I ain't going to sit and bore you with the details, but if you haven't, I'm not someone that's into R&B like that, but I love this album. It's such a unique take on R&B, and there's some beautiful acoustic moments on the record, some really nice inclusions of features like Andre 3000, and some really sort of, with Frank Ocean, it's all about the lyrics and the voice. He's got such a beautiful voice, but the lyrics go hand in hand, and some of the ways he articulates himself is so unique. And I think if you haven't listened to him, I know most people would have, definitely check it out, even if you're not really into the sort of genre he does, because he has such a unique spin on it that even I like it. Someone who doesn't really like R&B, and you know, this was my album of the year when it came out. I really liked it. Comes in this really cool poster, if I can get it in shot. That, let's turn it round. This poster of him topless. I should probably put this up because it's cute as fuck. But yeah, Blonde, man, this is like well overdue a new album from him, but this album still holds up today. I think it's a weird one. Like I say, I think most people have listened to him, but if you haven't, I'd say listen to Blonde straight away, because Channel Orange is more accessible and a lot of people like it, but it's more Blonde to me that really solidified that he was a unique enough artist to stand alone from Odd Future days and from the Channel Orange days and the nostalgia days. Like Blonde is really like, it's kind of his magnum opus in terms of the albums he's released, and I really think that going forward this would be considered a classic record. But yeah, that's my sort of E's and F column. I'm really tired now because I've done 2 videos and I've had a busy day, so if I've made a lot of sense, if I haven't made a lot of sense, I do apologise. I ramble a lot. I sometimes just say stuff that's on my mind. Like I said, I don't write these down. This is a raw videos. But yeah, I've been enjoying going through these records. I can't wait to go through more. We're slowly chunking through them. The G column is right there. It's pretty big. And then when we get through to the K's and all that stuff, it starts getting a bit techie. I've just sold loads of Kanye West vinyl, so I don't really listen to him anymore. He was my favourite artist for so long, and then when all the controversial stuff happened, I kind of just like took a break and then went back, and it didn't hit the same. So I don't listen to Kanye as much as I used to, and I had all of his albums on vinyl, and I've sold a bunch of them. I've still got a few. So my K's was the biggest column I had, but it's a lot shorter now. So yeah, we'll get there. I appreciate anyone watching these videos. I mainly make them for myself, to remind myself and sort of just talk about something I really like talking about. But yeah, appreciate you.